I was asked to create this video by Crawley ISD to answer 3 questions. Specifically, describe components of planning and delivering a successful lesson. If a lesson you are teaching is not working for all of your students, how would you respond? And you have a student in your classroom that is persistently misbehaving. He or she disrupts your teaching, refuses to do his or her work, and does not come with his or her supplies on a regular basis. How would you address this situation? And we have 10 minutes to answer this question in video form. Starting with the components of planning and delivering a successful lesson, I would say that begins with a strong syllabus and lesson plan, clearly stated learning objectives. Ensure that you align your learning objectives with your assignments so students not only know what they're doing, but why they're doing it. Use creative technology to keep students' attention. Mix interactive and individual assignments. Connect content with professional development. A lot of times students need to see, how does this information I'm learning right now affect the world, or is this just busy work or an arbitrary assignment? Solicit assignment ideas and presentation modes from students and coworkers. There's one thing in teaching in Indiana, there's another thing teaching in Texas. There's one thing in teaching in Dallas, there's another thing in teaching in Fort Worth. So utilize your coworkers and find out what styles seem to work better in what areas or what regions. A lot of times your middle school environment will determine your high school environment. If you've only taught high school and not familiar with the middle school, you may have some trouble. So if people are aware of the students and the student patterns and the teaching patterns, you can probably get that information and help you deliver a successful lesson. Evaluate your plan from semester to semester to see what things worked and what things didn't work. So as you move forward teaching, you will deliver and plan more successfully, or it's more receptive by the students. The second question was, if a lesson is not working for all students. Now, it's saying for all students, that means that it's working for some or most of the students. The first thing you should always do is communication. Find out what's not working. Meet with the students and ask them. A lot of times our students have the answers. We don't always give them credit for that. But first thing to do, ask. If you notice there's a problem, evaluate the situation. Ask, what can I do? Add new elements and new approaches that may draw these people in. Perhaps they are more auditory learners. Maybe they're more interactive learners. Maybe they are more visual learners. So begin to mix those things and see which ones are yielding a better response. You can also reach out to other coworkers that may know some of these students that are having trouble and say, what kind of learner are they? And then you can make certain adjustments that make sure that everybody is being pulled along, if not at the same speed, just as accurately. The trouble student, misbehaving, interrupts, refuses to do work, does not come prepared. How do you address this situation? Obviously, you do your traditional things. You seek institutional support. Is there a need for any type of intervention where we need some evaluation to happen? To document what is going on. So if there is any type of intervention that needs to happen at any point, an accurate record has been maintained. Always look for family support. speak to coworkers that may have worked with the student before and had success with them, or know what not to try because these are the things that have kind of failed systematically. But the biggest thing is we have to understand the use of power. Many times the most disruptive students are the most popular students. And the ability to impress, the ability to galvanize that strength, a lot of times that energy is leadership energy just being misused. To assist them in developing positive leadership traits as opposed to using the leadership traits in a negative way will many times assist you in being more successful in your class. So many times the power that you give up and is stronger than the power that you assert. If I see that this person has an effect on the people around them, I may develop a bond with them because I understand the influence that they have. So if this is a person that is disrupting the class, this is also a person, they're just leading the class in the direction the instructors doesn't want them to go in. If they have that ability, they have also the ability to do the same thing. So it's a matter of different modes that you'll have to take and possibly prioritize. Always you want to document. Always you want to see if there are intervention services that need to take place. But also be open to the fact that this is a person whose power and authority can be an asset. Just because they're using it in a disruptive way doesn't mean that they're a disruptive person.